And it's Wednesday. Benjamin Zulu is in the building. And today we're talking about something that he always, like every time he has a chance to talk about it, he mentions it. And every time he does that, he says, that is a conversation for another day. It's a whole topic by itself. We're talking about long distance relationships. The ones that work, the ones that do not work, the ones that you should not even get into.
And the only relationship that will never be long distance is a relationship between two villagers. As long as you have careers, you move and you are progressive, you're growing at some point.
Yes.
People think it's a certain category of relationship that are long distance, others are short distance. No. Life is such an evolution. Work will send you America. Work will send you to Garissa. When you say long distance, don't just think of another country.
Yes.
As long as you cannot meet regularly, you have to depend on other means to communicate for more than a week, for more than a month.
You're in long distance.
Exactly. If it is the work that is making you not to be able to meet, that's what we are calling separation by circumstances. All right? So don't think it's other guys. Even if both of you are in the same house today, but as long as you're doing life, you're evolving, you're moving, at some point you'll be separated by circumstances. So let's start by saying this. When you say long distance relationship, it must be a relationship.
Okay.
Please, some people, if you met online and you have never met physically, that is foolishness. It's not relationship. Don't listen. Don't apply my rules to your relationship. There's no relationship
But we met on Tinder, on Facebook,
if
and we like each other.
If you've met physically,
we'll meet.
Remember what Gigi. No, not later. Let me tell you. Remember what Gigi. Those online shops, I keep telling you, only purchase when you are happy.
Okay.
People are very careful when they're buying cars and plots than they are careful when they are getting a partner. And yet a partner is such an immense decision. It will not only affect every area of your life, it will determine the direction of your life. Relationships can take you to hell. Hello?
Yes.
There are some people who take you to hell faster than the devil. In fact, you marry some people and the devil is fully represented in your life. It does not need to show up every day. So we are saying, if you started talking online and you've never met physically, what you have is friendship. Never put your love there. Never put your heart there. You don't know who you're dealing with. Do not buy until you're happy. They put it in Swahili, honor, feel, then buy.
That's the only way.
Please, make sure if you connect, and because I've encouraged people like Mikali not to confine themselves to physical environment because you're meeting so few people. Make sure online is part of your catchment. But when you meet people who you're flowing, make sure you meet physically first to see if they are what they look like on the screens. Okay?
Yes. Very important.
And there are things phones don't translate. Some of them are a little bit aibudogodogos, and you can't see on phone. Like the way they smell. Some people smell badly. You cannot. Some people chew badly. When you're talking on phone, they're not eating. Some people can't pay attention. When they're with you, they're on phone. But you see, you are talking on phone, they were on the phone. Now when you are here, they don't pay attention. There are some things you will only see in person. So we are saying, if you have a relationship, you've been together physically, and now, because of circumstances, maybe you started, you knew each other when they were away. They came together, you see your flow, you started a relationship, but they have to go back to work towards coming back together. The first rule is avoid excessive communication.
Really?
It may look like when you are apart, you're supposed to compensate by communicating every moment that shows up.
Yeah.
If you start with too much communication, you will burn out. It's like starting a marathon, like a sprint. You will run out of energy. You will steam out. What you're supposed to do is don't talk constantly and feel agitated when they don't reply your text through, because I'm not away idle. Most people who are long distance are busy.
Yes.
It's busyness that makes them away.
Time differences and everything.
So let's say it's not excessive constant communication. What you need is regular communication.
And there's a difference. I knew you were going somewhere with this one.
You can actually you can destroy a relationship when you demand unreasonably that every time I'm online, every time I'm responding.
Okay.
We put regular. First of the regularity is you start the day by greeting each other and end the day by greeting each other. Mikali, I want to underline this.
Yes.
Good morning and good night are compulsory for lovers.
Hello.
If a person can sleep, and I told you that last time, to stop being too, women, please stop being too philosophical. You know, this guy doesn't call, I have to call myself. 2 days can go 3 days. It's because he says he doesn't like a phone. So now he is stressed. He does not trust. He would rather, he says anybody can start a communication. If anybody can end a whole day, morning and evening, without checking on you, you are not in their heart. Please. So I have seen so many monodirectional relationships.
You're in it alone.
Exactly. So as a woman, it's a shame to be the one initiating communication every day. As a man, I must be the one pursuing the woman. But even so, even if we have already in a relationship and I'm still communicating, you should also occasionally be the one to initiate and check up on me.
Yeah.
So we say long distance relationship, this rule is a mandatory. In this other relationship, it can be affected by if we're in the same company, we are working together. It can be affected. We may not have to text. I can just say hi on you. Maybe we woke up together and then we rest. But long distance, morning and evening are mandatory. Even if your morning there is my afternoon here.
Yes.
We must find a way to harmonize, to talk at least, so that the person who I want to remember, when you love a person, they are always at the back of your mind, whatever you're doing. If you genuinely love a person, if a person can forget you and comfortably sleep,
Yeah.
even if their phone is dead, they'll borrow another one.
Yeah.
Remember, there are guys who had to date without instant communication like phone.
And it worked.
And it still worked.
They found a way.
It's about the seriousness, how much you want it. So we say it's not constant communication, it's regular communication. Another thing is you need to set ground rules about expectations. Where are we going with this?
Okay.
Don't wait so long and push away everybody away. And this man has never promised anything. Can you imagine you're paying so much sacrifice that you don't know where this is going? Can you make sure, even if you're dating just for a while and now distance has come, you need now to have a serious communication, because this will require so much of us. Where are we going with it? Is it worth the work? Are you sure? Never wait for a person to be sure about you, Mwikali.
Yeah.
You're despising yourself.
Okay.
Because you are sure, you want another one who is sure. If a person has another journey to go first, excuse them. And I told you, although people with depression and anxiety and stress, you should pity them. Please don't date them. Are we together?
It's okay to be their friends.
They have another journey to go first. Just support them in their struggles. Hallelujah.
Amen.
You want a person who's on their feet to
Okay.
go the journey with you. All right? These others who are, oh, you're the only person that sends me in the world. Thank you. Now I'll be your friend. Okay? All right? The other rule is...
Weke full stop hapo kidogo.
Okay.
Koma, pause. Tunachukua break, tunarudi. But tumeambiwa kitu cha maana ni good morning na good night is mandatory if you're doing long distance. So you go figure. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mwikali. We're talking about long distance relationships, the rules, ground rules that need to be set with Benjamin Zulu. We talked about constant communication is not a thing. Regular is what you should be looking for. And you should also be aware of where this is going. So from the onset, know if it's worth your while, if you're in this journey alone or together. And if you realize they're not part of the journey, please watch it tuendele.
Another thing, do things together. It may look like you are very far away from each other, but there are things you can do together.
Okay.
Like you can watch videos together, watch things together, share songs. When you're doing your work or you're something, or your kitchen, you put me on video, you're including me in your world. I see something interesting, I capture the video, I send you. Let's include each other in each other's world.
Okay.
You need to be very creative on that. The other thing is, see the distance not as a disaster, but as an opportunity, as a challenge to prove your resilience, to actually enrich your relationship, to build stamina, to build flow, to build a rhythm. There are people who flourish after the distance, because the rule is, in order to learn how to live together, you must first learn how to live apart. All right? It will test how much we can exchange when we are far from each other, how much we can be focused. In fact, I know people who, it is that distance. Many people, and the funny thing, although nobody is telling people this, if you date right, if you're looking for a person of your standard, when you're starting, you'll not be together. Only a few people manage to marry a person who is within their circle. Majority of people have to work within a period to merge their lives.
Okay.
They marry when they're far apart. Now, it's unfortunate that those people marry easily. The first challenge they face together is the wedding.
Yes, because tutaiweka wapi?
Exactly.
Will I be in town?
The family, the
Yes.
church. So those people marry easily from the same church or from the same switch TV, from wherever. The first challenge they're fighting, the first real fight, is the wedding.
Yes.
Many of them, they're so shaken because they've never fought another thing. Those who dated from a distance have faced another challenge already. They have managed time zone differences. They have managed misunderstandings. When you are annoyed with each other, one of the ground rules is you must call the same time you have been calling. Not silent treatment is allowed in long distance relationships.
You've said that a couple of times before.
Exactly. If you have this person who keeps quiet and disappears, don't enter. But then you're not allowed to be a coward and to be in love. Those things are not in the same sentence. You're not allowed. And Mwikali told you one of the things is, do not marry a person who looks like they're unsure about you, because moments will come when the only thing they stay is because they're convinced you are the only one for them. times will come when they have to say no to the world. Temptations are everywhere. And they stick with you because they already did their mathematics and they knew you are their best. And I told you it's not love that keeps people loyal. Self-interest, knowing that you are attached to their survival, you are attached to their happiness, to their destiny, and they know by messing up you can walk away. You are not without a choice. We are here because you're working on it together. So we said when you are long distance, one of the things you must always decide is this is an opportunity for us to prove ourselves. And when we have done this, our teamwork gels. Remember, we say neurons that fire together, wire together. Soldiers who fight together, bond together. Take this as a challenge, as a fight. Another thing is limit the period you'll be apart. Please don't be apart for 20 years.
Don't do it.
Please plan, make it short. If you went away for study or it is work, make sure we are working on coming back together. Some things that we can't do online, surely.
That's true. Very true.
So, although absence makes the heart grow fonder, if you allow us to evolve apart, if it takes too much time, children are growing, you're not here, or they're not with one parent, or we are taking too long to move, so let the separation be limited, short term, as much as possible. One of us will be working to move over here. Another thing is plan visits, visit each other. All right, that visit brings to crystallization all the longings we had to meet. When I meet you, I'll do this, I'll bring you this. That it gives a concreteness to our longing. But if the time we shall meet is not clear, the courage goes away to keep on talking. But if you know it's only 3 months, don't worry. Now we are counting down. You can play those counting down. All right. Another thing is give them personal items to hold on to, like mementos or your doll. Something that is not for. Usually I didn't like it was your thing, but you gave it to me to hold it. It can be sometimes a collection of songs or videos. When I listen to them, it's so lovely to listen to a song with a person in mind. It makes it very special. So give them things to hold on to. Another thing is shop online together for each other's gifts. You can buy a gift and flowers and send. There's some guys who deliver worldwide nowadays. And it's very good when you have gone out of your way to look for something that like. Another thing is window shop for things you need on in future now.
Okay.
Although we are not building a house now, let's window shop online. How do you look at that? Even me, like think of the shore, the house, think of the kitchen. Share things we're seeing in that country or in that part of the world, and I'm on this part of the world, which we can do together. Part of the things a long distance helps you is to expose you to become global people. So this person has gone to another country maybe, and they can show you another day. You shall tembea here. Let's come do touring here. We shall do this, do the other one. And I think if particularly you come from Africa, don't be in a rush to come. You can also carry this partner to go away.
Yeah.
I always insert that. Those of us who can go away, please.
Go.
We are congested here. And we are not exposed here, Mwikali. So mediocrity is no more here.
Please go.
When you go to UK and you can bring them over, please marry. And marriage allows you to bring the other one easily.
Yes.
And when you are there, don't say, I'll leave my people behind. Your people want dollars more than they want you. You go and send them dollars and pounds. They'll feel your presence as much. So while you go there, also try to lift each other's lives. If it is fast world and you can bring both of us, by all means, go. Even if you stay there for 5 years, do something, you come back.
Yes.
Do you know, by the way, do your homework later, but politicians and leaders who perform are those who are exposed from outside. People who are too Kenyan are useless.
Allah.
Useless. They think we need people who are exposed global to know that having hot shower is basic. Surely it's not special. That you put hot shower for someone, you're announcing it everywhere. What were they washing before? You should even be ashamed that you put them in such kind of life before. You should go outside and know that it's normal for women to drive sport cars and not anything special. That we don't carry car to the studio. We just come with ourselves. The cars are in parking. You don't have to place the key here, written Mercedes Benz, to harass us. You should go outside there and see shoes that Gucci. You can actually have a Gucci thing and you don't have to put it everywhere for somebody to see that you're holding. You should go and see better about, to be humble, to be balanced in your perspective. So I always say, if you have a chance to go abroad, go. And even if you're not, I'm not migrating you to come and stay with me. I should bring you for a week, for 2 weeks, to show you so that you can start aiming better. I always tell people, Michael, is my child and your child. If we are educating them, I like to call Africa bottle. It's like we are just theory only, no practicals. That child who's studying in Silicon Valley and one who's studying in Kawangware, they are not in the same world. No. So occasionally I need to live with this child, even if it's through screens and whatever, to show them what that other child in Silicon Valley is seeing. The one who's a neighborhood, imagine being a neighbor with Google, neighbor with Microsoft, neighbor with Apple. That's a different world than being neighbor with...
Watakufukuza Kenya, chunga, don't say it.
But you're saying we must borrow what they're thinking to think the same like them. Mwikali, let me remind my university people, because I keep whipping them with the buttocks.
Yes.
I tell them, Zuckerberg invented Facebook because he was experimenting with his gifts in the university.
Yes.
Not trying to get a girl to sleep, do these nonsenses. People invented WhatsApp during a recession because they were still believing in their gifts. Isaac Newton was in a lockdown like us when he invented mechanics and optics. I tell them, you're supposed to be experimenting with your gifts first. Start with developing your gifts and your skills. These other things will follow. So those people keep telling, oh, this guy I'm dating, and you have no career yourself. The reason the long distance relationships also don't work is when you date an idle person and you're busy. There will be no rhythm. So when a person travels abroad, another thing is you're supposed also to enroll. If they will be away for 2 years, look for something also to occupy your free time for 2 years.
Yeah.
Also spend time with your family and friends. This could be the best time now to learn a guitar, learn a skill, learn this, build. Don't be idle there. And also avoid dangerous temptations, all right? Because they are way in your way. Avoid clubbing too much or doing things that you know can put you in temptations. And then minimize conflict. But when disputes happen, solve them sooner. Better to initiate the conversation than waiting for long periods to go and other issues pile up.
But what would be the telltale sign for a relationship that is not working in a long distance kind of setup?
Blocking. If a person disappears from you, Michael, let me tell you, if you ever date a man who can block you, that's a boy with a beard. He's not a man. So first of all, you cannot block me when you're in a long distance relationship. Men also, if your woman keeps blocking and unblocking you, that's I like to call it an epileptic relationship. It just disappears and comes back. There's no future there. You need stability. So I keep asking men to date a woman with whom you can discuss issues. Not every day that you're just solving problems.
Yes.
We can move forward. And if you realize a person is still child, please respect children and let them grow first. If she's making relationship a child play, what she needs is a field to play. You go date women, let children play.
I have a question here for you. Hello, Mwikis. Where? Maggie from Karatina. Been married for 7 years. Happy works in Doha and comes after 10 months or 20. Our relationship has been made much stronger by understanding each other, trust and regular communication. I like that.
Thank you.
It has worked well for us. Good for you. Morning, Wikali and Benjamin. I've been dating this guy for 5 years. Kumbe, this guy has a family. He's been telling me, well, Yachana, I asked his friend to interrogate him, Kisiri. Why? Mushakwa PI. He told the friend he has a family and he has me. Kindly help.
No, most likely that was a pre-25 from the word go.
Yeah.
She's too naive.
This is also a long distance
I like calling them
relationship.
stupid. Young, not this one, but the general group.
Yes.
When they go to dating, they tell you such foolishness. You feel like throwing up as they talk it. How can you date somebody for 5 years? But then, Mikali, can you say this? No need to date for past a year.
Allah.
That is speculation. You're not ready. This is wastage of time. Remember, stagnant water stinks. Stagnant relationships stink.
Watch your maneno.
They stink.
1
Date
year.
when you're ready to marry and a person whom you can merge your lives as soon as you know this is the one.
Okay.
You're not dating, waiting to see where this goes. If you're in that kind of relationship, I don't know. That's not a relationship. It's nonsense. Don't try to ask me to address it like a relationship. It's a child play. Continue play. I told if you sign up for monkey business, don't complain about the monkey business. Go on.
Go on.
All right. Okay. And we said international. When you're dating somebody from another country and they're in this country, do not believe what they tell you and what the brother and mother told you. The family can be co-conspirators. You need other people like mentors and pastors in his life.
Yes.
You need to travel, go there, see the ground yourself. Some of these people are married and they want to make use of you. You are the one losing in this dynamic. Don't get. And you say dating and having sex is not dating. It's nonsense. Monkey business. If you hold sex and hold money, you can tell whether he is sincere or not. You can tell whether she's sincere or not. Keep the sex away. Keep the money away. We have 20, 50, 70 years after we marry to enjoy that. Yeah. Why? If you disobey process, you keep on having disorder. People keep having sick relationships because they mixed up the process. They sample each other in bed. Dating is an interview. Interviews are done on boardroom, sitting on chairs, not in bedroom, lying on beds, with eyes open, not eyes closed, sitting on chairs, not in bed sheets. You're supposed to do interview with the sobriety of mind. Remember, you're interviewing a person who will determine everything in your life: misery, happiness, joy, depression, and if it's so sensitive, you need all the clarity of mind you can. Keep your legs closed.
Hello, Mwix. I'm doing long distance and we do good morning, lunchtime and good night, and it's doing very well. The problem is I feel irritated when I miss him and I can't see him. What can I do?
That is part of being long distance. You can do videos, you can compensate. There's such a thing as lovesick. You will feel lovesick when you are away from each other. As long as the person is doing their best and you're doing your best, convert that longing into more commitment to this person. In fact, I told you relationships can be deepened by the periods of separation. You can learn how to be better, how you need this person. Remember what we said, when circumstances force you to be away from each other, you learn either of two things: how much you need each other or how much you don't.
Yeah.
In either case, you have clarity now.
Yes. Good morning, Mikali. Please help a stressed mom. I have been in a relationship for 3 years now. We had some differences and went home. Right now, my mother says she doesn't see anything between the two of us. I still have this guy, but now I'm stressed up. What should I do now?
Is it a guy writing or a girl?
I think it's a lady.
All right. And I don't want these datings for 3 years. Mikali, if you are 27, then you drag one guy until you are 30. That's too much of your prime time to donate.
It's true.
Some people are too afraid of being alone. This guy, you need clarity. Check whether this is going anywhere or not. If you see that the guy's mother is already having a voice in the relationship, it means you are exposed. The man should protect you against his family. And me as a woman, if I date you and I realize your mother's voice keeps popping up,
Yeah.
whether either through your reports or through message, I will know I'm not safe. I'm plugging into trouble. You are supposed to know I have my family, but this between us, I will deal with them. These are my people. I'll show you how we shall deal with them. You understand?
Okay.
But if you keep hearing, oh, the mother refused, who are you dealing with? You're
The
supposed
mother.
to be dealing, exactly.
The mother.
Exactly.
Hi, Mikali and Zulu. I've been communicating with a guy for almost 3 months, but we've never met. Every time we plan to meet, in a bounce. Why? I don't know how.
We don't know why it bounces.
We don't know.
But
why.
whoever checks out, whoever keeps avoiding you, that's a sign. Sometimes nature shows you signs early to save you. Can I tell you funny? Although some people argue this because they like to maintain our mystery of life. All these disasters that a partner was killed by a lover, this thing was burned with petrol, done. All those things is because they ignored the signs early. People don't flip in a day. They showed you signs, but you assumed them. I want to warn you, once nature shows you signs also of hostility early, Mikali, I want you to have one clarity in your mind. Always know who is your friend, who is your foe. Differentiate between enemy and just because you love somebody does not mean that you must be blind. Always see the signs they're giving you and respect them. I want you to learn to save yourself before you get ruined. If you see cancellations of meetings and you are already ready, you're already here, and they keep postponing, coming up with excuses, that's enough for you to look elsewhere.
Okay. Hi, Mikali. I met this guy online. Got in love. We met, but I didn't like his physical appearance.
I knew it. I said that. That's what I said. Don't take love out. Don't involve your heart before you meet them. Can you check that advertisement Gigi are putting? You buy a phone that they bring something like this. A person shows up, you're wondering, this is not what I saw. No, can you, which one? So please don't involve your heart, don't fall in love, don't involve your emotions.
Can I finish?
Let it maintain at liking.
Acha nimalize, Zulu. I didn't like his physical appearances, but he loves me. I love him, but looks, no. And I don't want to hurt him. What do I do?
25, Mikali. Mikali, that's at 24, 23, or 22. Nonsense. This is not the market about hurting people, Mikali. Dating looks like a market. Do you say, let me buy so that I don't hurt the seller? Did you buy this dress not to hurt the seller?
No, it's because it made me happy and I wanted it.
Can you use the same logic in dating?
Okay.
When it's not working, communicate politely. Aki, sorry, it is not fitting me so well, but nitapitia ukipata ingine. Remember to keep moving. Don't be stuck with one person. Do you have a duty to marry him, to take care of him? You're not his mother.
No,
Please,
you're not.
excuse me, this is not your son.
Allah.
No, I don't want to hurt him. But I don't want to disappoint him. No, your first duty is to yourself.
It's true. And I think you should ask yourself, are you willing to continue being with someone that you do not like how they look?
Exactly.
We all have preferences. So if you decide to walk this journey, at some point you will see someone that you really like, what they look like. So what will happen? Would you rather hurt him now or hurt him later? Either way, you're hurting him. So save yourself some time.
And Mikali, these are people who, if they marry a woman who doesn't like me, she will torment me even in bed because she's not there mentally. So ukimaliza nifunike nguo. It's a funny situation there, Mikali. It's a torment to lead me on when you know you don't like me.
Okay.
It's not fair. You better tell me the truth. The truth can hurt, but it's like surgery. It heals.
It heals. It's like the thing you said. Either way, it's clarity. Now
Thank
you know.
you.
Now you know. It works. It doesn't work. You know.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikali. It's Mary from Mombasa. I need help despite my question ain't based on a long distance relationship. Thank you for clarifying that. I am in a relationship whereby my man wants to marry me. We have dated for...
I know. I can see you.
7 years. and he has introduced me to his family members. But for me, I have introduced them to I've introduced him to my brothers and sisters, but I haven't introduced him to my mom. Reason, I'm raised by a single mom, whereby I've never had that connection with, like, mother-daughter talk since I've been far away from her since nikiwa mdogo. So sasa ndo nimeanza connect with her na handle her business. I'm afraid to tell her that I have a man in my life and he wants me to be his wife.
Okay, the relationship is doing well. The question is about the mother. If she's happy in a relationship, that's okay.
Yes.
If you and your mother don't get along, I told you, Mikali, not all mothers are nice. Some mothers are animals. There are mothers who have tormented their daughters like devils.
Okay.
I know daughters whose every source of pain and self-doubt, and it's the mother who caused it. So if you are a mother, you're not friend, but you need to marry, you be wise. You can involve an uncle or anyone who can stabilize the situation and allow you to move on. You just need to acknowledge her. Don't ignore her completely. In the eyes of society, you need to look respectful.
Okay.
Put your pastor in, put your uncle in. Please help me communicate to my mother. So be wise, you girl. Don't drop a good relationship because of your mother, all right? And then don't over delay. I can guess she was 18 and now she's 25. Those people dated from high school. And because he's a single parent, maybe the man was also playing the role of a father. And that's dangerous. Yeah. She landed on a good man, hopefully. But I want to warn girls, that's the most dangerous way to date. Okay. You need to look a companion before you get a father figure. You need to get those issues about your father, sort them elsewhere. Otherwise, they'll make you very needy. It's like you are limping in the jungle. You are an injured prey. You're just an easy meal to the predators. When they sense you have a father hunger, father need, you can't judge them clearly. They grab you quickly. And I told you, narcissists go to hunt in the pre-25 class.
That's true.
Because they can't read them. They can't differentiate love bombing, tricking from sincerity. Even red flags, look, it's just a weakness. Maybe he has this weakness of slapping me. He has this weakness of shouting at me. This weakness of not communicating. Weakness.
Wait. Good morning, Mikali and Zulu. I've been married for 9 years. My husband works a bit further from where we stay, but comes every weekend. Recently, he's been behaving weirdly, and I learned that he has been cheating on me. Is it because of long distance?
Women, conduct your research. Please don't ask us because we don't know him. Go do your research. And people don't cheat because of long distance. Let's clarify this.
Yes.
People don't cheat because you are away. They don't cheat because of anything. It's a choice. It's a choice.
Don't try to blame it on yourself because they decided to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they were experiencing, I'm struggling when you are away, you would have discussed it because we can't sacrifice job because of our life. We could have adjusted our lives. I would have told you, can you come somewhere in the middle of the week also? When problems come, let's address them between us. If you choose to go outside the marriage, you cannot blame the distance. It's your choice.
That's true.
And women, stop taking it upon yourself. Maybe it's because I was pregnant. Maybe because I was not around. Maybe don't make excuses for it. They made that choice.
That's what's up, and that's how we end this show. Drops mic, everything. That's Kanamba, social media.
Benjamin Zulu KE everywhere. 0701 299 333.
Thank you for coming through. Always lovely. We're taking a very short commercial break. We will be right back. This is Full Circle with Mikali.